2023 was among the most financially challenging years for South African consumers since democracy. That's according to the DebtBusters 2023 Debt Index for the fourth quarter. It finds that the purchasing power of consumers who applied for debt counseling over the quarter fell by nearly 40% compared to 7 years ago, with two-thirds of their take-home pay used to service debt. Business reporter Ntokozo Khumalo has the details.
South African consumers have unsustainably high debt levels. That's according to DebtBusters Debt Index for the fourth quarter of 2023. It found that unsecured debt levels have jumped 32% over the last 7 years. The figure is even higher for those taking home 35,000 rand or more a month. CEO Bernie Sager says they've noted a trend over the last quarter of consumers reversing their debit orders to make ends meet.
In some cases, you can reverse up to 12 months worth of debit orders. And, it's not great, I think, for consumers. What that means is they actually going to end up being in a worse off situation from a debt repayment perspective.
Another dangerous move consumers are making, according to the debt index, is taking on debts to pay off other debts.
Each loan that you borrow is going to attract a higher interest rate. That's how risk works. And I think people often forget this point, and they think if they take out one more loan, they'll be able to bridge the gap. But generally comes at a more expensive rate and takes up a bigger chunk of your salary.
With data from 2020 showing the African workplace losing 200 billion rand a year to workplace stress as employees mull over their debts, researchers say employers cannot afford to take a lackadaisical approach to the crisis. Financial wellness expert and researcher at the Gordon Institute for Business Studies, Frank Magwegwe, says that while everyone is affected, one demographic feels the pinch a little bit more.
Because it can affect anyone, especially the middle class. They are really hard hit because there's that aspirational spending to show people where I am, drive a nice car, eat well, go on holiday.
He encourages employers to invest in financial education for their employees to benefit their businesses' bottom line, as well as the overall wellness of their workers.
Stop blaming the employee. Many of us are not taught how to manage money well. And therefore, what you can do is to put in programs in place to support employees. They could be bringing independent financial planners so that they can kind of guide them with basics of budgeting and ends.
DebtBusters has added a debt sustainability indicator to the tools it offers. This calculates the proportion of income being used to repay debt and offers practical tips on how to make it more sustainable. National Debt Awareness Month is observed in February. For Newzroom Afrika, I'm Ntokozo Khumalo in Johannesburg.